Howdy everyone, this is Nutz, and you're watching episode 3 of the Wilderness series on Wasteland. Hopefully you'll stick around to see what happens. Howdy, 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 how is everyone doing today? Oh my goodness, as you can see, we are not at our main farm. Well, where the heck are we? We are right over by the bridge. We made some purchases. We ended up buying both the plot of land on this side and the other side of the tunnel. Like we discussed on the last episode, it was I think one of the things that's going to really help us develop and gather some time, or not gather some time, gather up some cash and really show the town, that we know what we're doing. And I really don't know what I'm doing, to be 100% honest with you guys, is to go ahead and, clear the tunnel. Make sure people know that we're here. We're real. We got things going on. And I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I have never, ever used this Scorpion King, any forestry stuff ever. So this is 100% new to me. I am not going to lie. This is all, I'm just duplicating exactly what I've seen other people go ahead and do. I've watched a lot of Farmer Cop and a lot of Mr. Sealy P, and well, this is how they go ahead and do this stuff, so I figured out, why not? Let's give it a shot. Oh man, well, I tell you what, we did not buy this. We did lease this. I know that doesn't necessarily sit well with you guys, but it's I don't know what else to do right at this second. We could go ahead and keep doing things by cutting down trees, chainsaw, slowly working our way up. Don't get me wrong, we're not giving up on all that stuff. You might think, I'm giving up on the farm, but that's not the case. That's not really what the case is. Okay, come on. I'm not joking. I literally have no clue what I'm doing here, guys. That's not the case. What I kind of thought was we may end up purchasing this, to be 100% honest with you guys. This isn't a, oh, well, this is it. We're done. Nope, that's not what's going on here. The thought process was we are right over here by the bridge. We end up having to go over there anyways to go ahead and sell all of our wood. Why not go ahead and lease this guy? It's a short drive. We'll be able to go ahead and lease it for an hour to get what we can cut, and then maybe that'll be what it is. Not going to go absolutely crazy or anything like that. So don't worry. Don't worry. Hold on here. Hold on. Oh, good Lord. There we go. See, I'm not good at this. I'm not very good at this at all. Oh, my goodness. So, one or two things may have happened since the last time you guys were on here, since the last time we spoke. Sheepers creepers, good Lord. Okay, so for starters, I'm not good at this. I can only say this so many times. But a couple things did end up happening here recently. On our way to town, we were kind of talking to some of the locals. Actually, there's just one guy in town. He's actually a pretty good friend of Grandpa. We just kind of were explaining to him what we've done, what we're doing, how we'd like to proceed with things. He was actually very, very shocked at us that I told him, yeah, we went and we plowed the field, Come on, you got to be on there. What more do you need? All right, let's turn this on here for a second here. It's still on, okay. Yeah, so we were talking, it's telling them, you know, this is what's going on. You know, we plowed our field. We decided that the plow that we had just it wasn't what we wanted. We wanted something a little bigger. And then he asked me, "Oh, okay. So how much did you get with the grass?" Well, I kind of looked at him like, "What are you talking about, grass?" Yeah. You know, you can go ahead and you can mow the grass on your property and where you plow the field. And at that point, you can go ahead and make it into silage or just sell it as is. And I'll be honest with you, I had no clue what he was talking about. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh, I tell you what, I got a lecture and a half. I'm not even joking, a lecture and a half from this guy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he was less than thrilled that I wasted a golden opportunity to earn some money, especially considering, you know, I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, and, you know, I'm just coming out here in the wilderness and taking over my grandfather's land, and I have no clue what I'm doing. It kind of bothered him, didn't sit well that I didn't even go ahead and get the grass and make silage, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about that happening again. After the tongue lashing I got, I don't think I can handle that anymore. So I guess from here on out, we're going to go ahead and cut grass. Just be grass farmers, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, at least that way, the guy did make a pretty darn good point. The point that, you know, when you have an opportunity to make money, you really should try and jump on it, seize the opportunity. And, you know, with that being said, one of the things we probably will end up purchasing through here, because, you know, cutting down the trees is part of the battle. That's only part of the battle. The other part is, move that down the tree a little bit. The other part of the battle is, look at all this brush in here. I'm going to drop this tree here for just 1 second, and we'll hop on out. Oh, shoot. Well, I'll figure that one out later. Oh, man. So part of the problem, I mean, look at this. I can't even, there we go. I got to jump to see where I'm at. This is super thick stuff, guys. So I think one of the things we will end up doing is after we cut down these trees over here, mowing this grass over here, mowing down some of the brush is definitely something we're going to want to do, because just taking down the trees is half the battle. Getting the brush is another part of it. So, yeah, that's going to be another one of those things that we're going to try and do, is kind of mow this up, make it look nice and neat. I think I'm going to leave some of the trees by the rock formations. I might get that guy right there. But I think I'll probably leave maybe like those couple trees over there by the bridge, right by the water. But yeah, I think other than that, pretty much everything else is going to go down. Just, I mean, we don't need it there. So let's go like this. Oh, shoot. That's not the right button, guys. Alright, harvester's on. Yeah, I got a feeling I'm not going to be able to do anything with this one here. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know how to repick that thing back up. So what we'll do is we'll just get this out of the way. Unfortunately, we're going to have to do this one by hand, but for the time being, we'll kind of drag this and get this out of our way, because we don't want it on. Get that out of here. But yeah, I think that's a kind of a nice way to help everything move forward. Now, again, with this guy right here, I really like this. My plan is to go ahead and buy this. That'll probably be one of my next purchases I make. Let's check this out here. So I haven't really brought the map up too much to show you guys, but I'll just quick show you what's going on. This is the chunk of land that we own, and these are the two pieces of property that we ended up buying. Just so you guys are aware. Let's see, garage, leased items. Okay, so I did lease all of this stuff. I couldn't remember what was going on. I want to buy these. I don't want to let this go to waste. I really want to get this stuff. Because as you can see, we probably can use this for loading up that dirt or that material that we ended up getting. So this is definitely something on my radar. But I think we end up having to get a couple bucks before we can... Let's see, is that going to work? Oh yeah, it'll pull it out of the way. We're going to have to get a little bit more money here before we get... Oh, of course you did that. Alright, well, I'm making a mess of things, guys. Absolute mess. But, yeah, one of the things we're going to end up looking at here is trying to do the best we can to buy a lot of this equipment that we're leasing. You know, maybe I'm doing this right, maybe I'm doing it wrong. I honestly, I don't know, guys. Ultimately, I'm just winging this the best I can. We'll see how it ends up going. But I guess for the time being, what I'll do is I will continue to clear this out, and I'll probably bring you guys back in after a little while when I clear some of this down. Probably take a couple loads in, because honestly, I'll probably do this for a little while. I mean, this is my first time ever using this thing. I feel that it's super, super cool. I want to use it some more. But I also want my cash to go up. So I'm probably going to get antsy after here a little while doing that, and I'll probably end up loading stuff up and moving on from there. We'll see. I'm not sure when I bring you back in, but I will bring you back in, and it'll be great. It'll be something to tell your kids about. Why not? Let's do it. Howdy everyone, and welcome back. Oh my goodness, we have cut down a lot of trees, and as you can see, our cash has gone down a little bit. But you know what? We've actually made a ton of money. The trees have been all cleared back. Well, not all of them, but the majority of them have been cleared back to the cave or the tunnel. We're calling it a tunnel, not a cave. Good Lewis. So why do we have so little cash? Well, that's because we needed to... Oh, come on. Here we go. There we are. We needed to go ahead and buy something to mow the grass. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, what did we buy? Oh, man. Well, we bought ourselves a couple things. A couple things that are going to help us out for the future. We ended up getting ourselves a tractor and a mower. I know, we have a tractor. You're right. But this tractor right here is 220 horsepower. Ooh, let's hop in here. And this is the Krivovets K100. It is a Russian tractor, and it is a beaut. She is pretty, that's for darn sure. It does have the articulating body. I'm not a huge fan of these tractors, but we're going to go ahead and give her a shot. And we also got a spearhead mower. Now, this mower actually is pretty neat. The way I have it right here, I don't have it set up to its fullest max. But one of the things you can do as an add-on for, I think, $2 extra grand, you can have a hitch put on the back of this thing. So you can actually go ahead and mow and windrow at the same time, or TED, or anything you gotta do. It's actually pretty darn slick. It also has a function where you can go ahead and mulch. Now, I'm not 100% sure what that does 100%, but I do know that mulching is kind of like fertilizing a little bit. So I almost wonder if I can go ahead and mulch, and it like adds a cultivation, not a cultivation, but a state of fertilization to the field. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We're going to find out maybe at some point. But this is where we're at for right now. As you can see, we have a bunch of trees cleared. I'm going to stop right here for just 1 second. We do have a bunch of trees cleared. These are all the tips and tops of all the trees. I actually have 2 piles of them. So each one of these represents a tree that I've cut down. Now, obviously, it's not a forest by any means, but now there's a path coming back through here. One of the next purchases I think we're going to go ahead and do is I think we're going to buy this. Right now we're leasing it. I'd like to buy it, and I'm almost wondering. I really like this thing. I really like this thing. Maybe we'll go ahead and purchase this. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But actually, let's come through here because that kind of plays off of something that I'd like to look at. Now, whoa, jump through here. I'm sorry. It is so thick. Let's just stick to the wall. Let's stick to the wall here. Oh, man. So, come on. Where are we? Where are we? There we go. Perfect. Now, this chunk over here is another part of the land that we just bought. As you can see, there are several trees over here. Now, where I'm going with this is that I'm thinking, you know, since we have trees all along this way, I don't own all of this, but up to a certain point I own. There aren't as many trees over where we're physically at. Maybe it might not be a good idea, or it might be a good idea to kind of set up a little mini forestry area for myself over here. I mean, it is closer to town, to the sell point. And we don't have enough cash to be able to go ahead, or we're not doing well enough yet to be able to have them get the trolley, not the trolley, but the tugboat going across there. Or the barge, I'm sorry, the barge. So maybe if we go ahead and set up a little mini forestry area over here, maybe that might help. I don't know. It might bring in some more industry. That's for sure. Maybe we might get another place to sell things. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But, you know, like I said, back at the farm, yeah, there's a couple trees. There's the trees behind the shed. It's not going to take too long to cut that down. You know, over here, there definitely seems to be more trees. This might be someplace we want to look at. I don't know. But let's head on over here. And let's get back into the tractor, our new tractor, the K100. Now, let's see here. All right. What's kind of neat about this tractor right here, I don't know whether you want to say it's neat or whatnot, but this tractor right here, this was actually used, I think maybe back in Cold War days. I'm not 100% sure, but what they did is they used this tractor for hauling missiles back and forth. Now, obviously, we're not hauling missiles, but, you know, once, you know, that kind of served its purpose and they had no need for it, it made its mark out in the farm fields. So that's kind of how we're going to go ahead and use it. We don't, like I said, we don't have any missiles here. We have no need for any missiles, so this is what we're going to use it for. And, alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this really quick. I'm going to turn on my help menu because I want to make sure there isn't anything going on here. Reel mower is... okay, it's turned on from what I gather. Let's lower this. Let's turn this thing on. Holy cow. Alright, now let's get rid of that and see how this works. Oh, perfect. Perfect. This is going to make quick and easy work of what we're going on here. Now, one of the things I actually ran into an issue with when I was cutting down some trees over here, I ran into... okay, good. I just wanted to check and see if reel mower was on or not. I ran into a couple issues where I had to cut down some trees. They were getting stuck, and I actually had to drop them back here in this area, and it was a pain in the butt to actually be able to see where these trees were. So this is also another reason why I want to just come through here and mow this stuff down, just so we can see what the heck is going on. I know there's stumps in here. As for where the stumps are, I don't know. Oh, man. But I tell you what, this is... so far, I like this mower. And as for articulating tractors, and this is something where I'd like to see what you guys have to say. If you could go ahead and leave a comment down below about this. What do you think of these I'm calling them articulating tractors. I don't know what the technical term is, but what do you guys think of these articulating tractors? Generally, myself, I'm not a fan of them, but this one, it doesn't articulate super fast like the Case does. I am drawing a blank on the name of it, but like the Case, that one articulates really fast, and sometimes it's kind of a pain to control. Also, you know, what might be helping this guy out is max speed of 19 miles an hour, so I can't get up going too fast, but yeah. Oh, shoot. I think what we'll go ahead and do here really quick, because now we kind of have a way through here. Let's go ahead and do ourselves a big favor, and for the first time in years, oh my gosh, the town's going to love this. The town is going to love this. All of Grandpa's friends are going to think this is super cool. Okay, well maybe not. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. Let's cut a path. Let's cut a path. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Going through the tunnel. First time in a long time these bushes and brush and all this stuff has been knocked down. Oh my goodness, how about that? How about that? Now with that being said, let's stop right here. Let's hop on out. And there we go. We actually have a path clear. I got a couple of brushes we have to get in here, but I'll get the front loader, I should say the wheeled loader, and go ahead. We're going to grind some of these stumps down, get them out of the way. What I'm probably going to end up doing here is probably going to get the tall trees, get those cut down. I'm going to finish mowing this up, and there is one tree over here that I do want to cut down. It is this guy right here. I know it's by the oh, we'll call this a river, fjord. Remember, this place is in your imagination, so whatever the heck you would call this near you, that's what we're going to call this. We're going to call this a body of water for right now. I know I said I wanted to keep the trees up along the edge here, but I'll be honest with you, this is going to sound really silly, but I just don't like that shadow. I don't like this shadow. Oh, man. So I tell you what, guys, like I said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to keep mowing this down, probably mow on the other side. As for what I'm going to do to pick this up, I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll probably look at getting a windrower of some sort, maybe. I don't know. I might have to get some more wood out here first. But, you know, now that I got all this mowed down, actually, you know what? I probably should go back to town because, yeah, some of Grandpa's friends, they told me I got to cut this down and I can sell it, but I'm not sure what I got to do with it. It's mowed. Now what? Welcome back. We are taking the last load of wood from the bridge side of the tunnel. Yeah, you know, we made a couple discoveries along the way. I wasn't... I'll show them to you in just a second here, but we had something quite unexpected happen, so a little bit of a change in priorities on what we wanted to do, but I'll explain that to you in just a second. One thing we did end up buying is we did end up buying a seeder and some seeds, and we're gonna head on back in just a little bit after we sell this wood, and we're gonna start planting. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be absolutely great. Now, one thing we do have to do, we will end up having to let's unleash that. We will end up having to test the soil to see what that looks like for starters, and here we go. Ooh, 24,000. All right. So that's pretty darn slick, I'd say. If I were to go ahead and estimate, oh my goodness, whoops. I would say we probably made 250 to $300,000 off of that small chunk of land right there. So that is super, super encouraging for me on moving forward to the other side of the tunnel. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to jump right into that and start working on that, because we're starting to get a little list of things that we have to start accomplishing in order to really move ourselves forward, to really establish ourselves. And I'll kind of go over that in a little bit. I know I'm leaving everything up in the air, a little cryptic here, but one of the really cool things that I completely forgot about was this fork loader, or this loader that we're using for picking up our logs on this wheel. Oh, shoot, let's turn this off. On this wheeled loader, actually also doubles as a silage or loose straw or loose, I don't know what you want to call it, picker upper. So this was actually something, like I said, I completely forgot about until I mowed the grass and I started picking things up, completely unintentionally. But what I think we're going to go ahead and do right now is we are going to pick up this last little bit right here. This is kind of where the trailer was parked just a little while ago. And we're going to continue putting it into this stack of grass. Now, I think eventually we'll come and pick this up. We'll probably, I'm not sure what's going to make the most amount of sense. If it makes more sense to go ahead and pick it up, drive it back to the farm, and I don't know, potentially build a bunker silo back at the farm. I don't know. We'll definitely have to look into that. Right now, we don't. It's not that we don't have the space. We do have the space, and actually, which it reminds me here. Like we last left off, I headed back into town to figure out, talk to the Grandpa's friends, figure out what did Grandpa do. Well, if you guys remember, over in the general area of the farm, there was, or I should say, there still are large boulders, large stones over there. Well, if you guys know what a bunker silo is, essentially it's stone walls where you throw the grass in, you smash it down, and then you go ahead and cover it up. Well, I guess Grandpa did something very, very similar to that, except he used those big rocks that were right there as kind of a wall. Instead of having two walls, Grandpa really only had one wall, where he would go ahead and he'd throw all the grass, he'd smash it down by driving over it, taking other rocks. I guess at some point Grandpa had a trailer that he threw a bunch of rocks in, and he used that to kind of smash the grass down, and he had a tarp that he just kind of covered the thing up with. So I don't know if I'd like to try and duplicate that with what Grandpa has. Now, obviously, we're not going to be able to do the exact same thing, just with what we got going on here. We're not going to be able to do the exact same thing. We'll do what he can to get close. But, yeah, I mean, we're going to do what we can. Now, this cedar right here, let's come in and take a look at this, because I want to show you this cedar. It's really neat. I tried this out a couple times, and I kind of fell in love with it. I'd say it's probably my new favorite cedar. It is a mod. It is a modded cedar. Alright, here's what it is. It's the Converland Accord 6 meter. 1,500 liters, 100 horsepower, 6 meters, 9 miles per hour. Now, what's really cool about this is, if you guys know, like, the harvesters that you got there, like, let me see here, like these headers here, like these Draper headers, it's the exact same thing. Or not the exact same thing, but it's very, very similar to this, except it's in cedar form. What you go ahead and do is, you can see right here, obviously you drag it along like you would a trailer, and right here you have your PTO hookup. So you drag it along, set it down, back up to it, pick it up right here, fold everything in, and there you go. You got yourself a draper seeder. Now, in a situation like this that we're in right now, it doesn't make, I don't want to say it doesn't make a lot of sense because, you know, it's on wheels. We gotta love it. It functions like a trailer. But if you guys are playing on like some of them European style maps where, you know, you have a lot of narrow traffics, narrow roads, hedgerows, everything's in the way. You don't have a lot of space. A lot of gates you have to get through. This cedar right here is absolutely fabulous. It works out just spectacular because you get the width that you don't normally get on those type of scenarios, those type of maps, those restrictions that you're under, and it allows you to go ahead and get this wider working width. It's absolutely great. I love this thing. It is super, super cool. And as of right now, it's kind of my new favorite cedar. So we'll kind of see how that all plays out for us in the long run. But back to what we got going on right here. So as you can see, we did go ahead and clear this land out. Now, the good news is that you can see, the town can actually see this. It's good real estate. It's good real estate for moving forward. And that's what's really going to make or break things. Maybe later on we'll put a little road in through there. I don't know. I'm not sure what we are actually going to do. But for the time being, that's all we got going on. Now, I did cut a little grass on this side. I haven't picked it up yet. I'm not too overly concerned because I have not cut really any trees down over here. It's not a big concern of mine at all, one bit. So, I mean, that's super cool. We're moving forward with this. Now, this guy right here, he is pretty darn slow, so I am actually going to save you guys a little bit of the time, and I will catch up with you when I get back to the farm. And here we are back at the farm. Oh my gosh, we have missed you. Something fierce, that is for sure. So I'm going to turn this guy off. Oh man, I forgot how many trees. You know, guys, I tell you what. Step aside from the story here for just 1 second. This is the first time I've really jumped in and done forestry. This is actually really, really neat. I enjoy doing this. It actually kind of surprises me quite a bit. I didn't think I was going to like it at all, but I'm really, really into this right now. I think one of the coolest parts about it is the fact that you really get to start off with nothing. I guess not so much start off with nothing. That's not the best way to say it. It gives you the opportunity to essentially, I'm going to turn this little mini map on so I know where I've been. It gives you the opportunity to be able to, you know, kind of do whatever the heck you want. It's actually pretty darn cool. Now, where am I going with that? Because that kind of sounds slightly convoluted. It is a little bit. It is a little bit. Oh, that's right. The brakes on this are terrible. It's also very, very time-consuming. It's crazy on how much time you actually lose when you're going ahead and doing this. I mean, normally when I'm playing Farm Sim here and I'm just digging it, I'm into it, I'm loving every minute of it, rocking and rolling. I lose track of time. I really do. But when I'm doing this forestry stuff, just because it's so involved on what you have to do, it really is crazy at how much time you actually just lose doing it. The amount of work that goes into getting these episodes ready is far more than I have on my Klein's Land. Klein's Land, it's pretty much just your standard farming, so for me it's honestly, it's not super hard, super time consuming. There are days that it takes a lot of time to go ahead, do things, get yourself prepped, ready, all that. But the amount of time that actually goes into doing this is, phew, it's up there, man. It really is up there. And I really enjoy it too, and that's the cool part. 400 bucks for that. That's perfect. So we're gonna leave this guy. We'll set him right there. Oh my goodness, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in that. So let's come on here and take a look and see what's actually gonna happen. That's not what I want. I want this right here. So we have loam and sandy loam. Now I don't know what the yield of this field is gonna end up being here. It looks like the pH level's not perfect. It's not terrible. Nitrogen is pretty much junk, but you would expect that. You would expect that. The only reason I think the nitrogen isn't completely terrible is because we did plow underneath the grass. Guys, I know I plowed the grass under. I didn't know. Oh, man. Oh, but the guys in town set me straight, and Uncle Rusty told me, he told me, no, you should really be doing this. Oh, man. So let's go ahead. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. After taking a look at the prices, I have decided that we are going to go ahead and plant wheat this very first time round. I know it's nothing glorious. It's just wheat. But again, if you think about it, guys, I'm going to turn this on for just 1 second to make sure I am unfolded. There we go. Okay, so there we go. We got it rocking and rolling. This is essentially not going to be the main focus of where our income comes from right off the bat. Forestry right now is going to be our main form of income, and we are working towards being able to get that little mine that we found, that I'm going to call it Grandpa's mine. Because, that's kind of what he was into out here, at least from what I gather. The hints and the clues that we've come across and we've gotten, that just seems to be it. So, this is going to be one of those set it and forget it type of things. Obviously, we'll get back over here and we'll get ourselves rocking and rolling and doing more. One thing I may end up... I was going to say one thing I may end up doing is starting to take care of these trees out here, but you know what? For the time being, I think we may be okay. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that Scorpion King. Maybe we'll take out a loan. I don't know. To be honest with you, I'd rather not. I'd rather try and do this without taking out loans. Maybe we will. I don't want to set anything in stone. Off the story here for just a second. I don't want to make any rules that may end up pinching me a little later on, so I don't necessarily want to say no loans. Nope, that's what it is. But the way I'm taking a look at it is we don't really need to do loans because of, I don't want to say our endless supply of money, because we have all of these trees. Land is cheap. Trees yield a ton of money. Essentially, the forest or the woods is our ATM, if you will. I'm not sure if everybody knows what an ATM means or what an ATM is. Essentially, what it is, it's where you can go ahead and get your cash. Better yet, your credit card. It's almost like a credit card out here. These trees are an endless supply of money. Well, not endless, because we cut them all down. Holy cow. Oh, man, if I were to cut every tree down on this map, I would probably end up having close to 8,000 hours. Oh, my gosh, I don't think I can do that. Oh, man, but you know what? I'm liking this. I'm digging this. I'm hoping Grandpa is going to be proud of what we've done so far. I'm really looking forward to putting up a house. I mean, currently we're just sleeping in that thing. We're sleeping in a barn. It's cold. It's drafty. We can't be doing that. Grandpa at least had a house out here. We gotta make him proud. We gotta make him proud. So at this point, guys, I'd like to say, hey, you know what? I love this. This is great. I've had fun. If you guys are liking what you're seeing, if you're not liking what you're seeing, let me know. Comment. Let me know. If you're liking what you're seeing, just smash. Just smash. Smash the heck out of that like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe. I tell you what, it really helps me out. My goodness. Go ahead, share this with a friend. Like I've been saying, share this with a friendly lumberjack. I think they'd get a kick out of this. Or not. Maybe they tell me I'm doing this wrong. Oh, man. Have that notification bell turned on. Have it set to all so you know when every last one of my videos comes out. Especially this one if you're into this. Or Klein's Land or map tours. I don't know, guys. I tell you what. I love this. I love this. This is great. We're making progress. Hopefully Grandpa's digging it. Hopefully he's looking down on us, saying, gosh darn it, you're doing great. But until that happens, thanks for stopping by.